I'd like to tell you something extremely important. You don't need lots of confidence. In fact, you don't need any confidence. And you don't need an outgoing personality in order to become a great solution-focused therapist. Let me explain why. So we're still in 1995. I've just been hired as a PA for a busy hypnotherapy practice. That was the Farrago Clinic in Hampstead in London. And I had just started working there. And I had absolutely no confidence. I mean, no confidence whatsoever. I was so shy and I was so insecure and I was so uncertain of myself that when my boss, Robert Farrago, walked into the reception room, I refused to answer the phone because I wasn't able to be in a position where I felt he was watching me or judging me. That's how shy I was. So you can imagine this poor guy has hired me out of all of those amazing applicants. He's picked me because I've got good secretarial skills, because he knows I'm curious and he knows I'm willing to learn. And I'm there, he's paying me to answer his phones, and he walks into the room, the phone is ringing and I'm refusing to pick it up. Not from stubbornness, but simply because my shyness was so overwhelming that I would not be able to speak. So I would say to him, Robert, you have to leave, so that I could actually do my job. I'm sure he listened from the other side of the door on many occasions. But anyway, that's how little confidence I had. But the thing is, I loved what I sensed was going on, because Robert told me that, when clients came to see him, it usually took 2 hours. Initially, it was a 2-hour session with however many sessions of follow-up was required. And he told me that, results and change happen very, very quickly. And I began to witness this with my own eyes. I seen people coming in and they had different problems, from quitting smoking, wanting to lose weight, driving phobias, different things like that, fear of flying, sleep problems, etc., etc. And I did see the fact that after the initial session, there was an amazing change. And then after a few sessions of follow-up, whether that was in person or on the phone, that they left with an amazing result. So I believed what I seen. So here's the thing. Soon after that, I began explaining this to people when I did pick up the phone, and I explained the results that other clients were getting. But what I didn't realize that I was doing was that I was actually building up belief and expectancy for positive outcomes. So here I was, a very shy PA, picking up the phone, taking inquiries and making bookings, and in that process I was building belief and expectancy. And so the results were already good, but the results began to improve because of that belief and expectancy that I was helping to create when I spoke to people on the phone. And I began to notice this myself, because over time, a few clients would call me up and they would say, Susan, I want to thank you so much for the time you spent with me on the phone and how you explained everything to me. And the fact is, I'm really sorry, but I need to cancel the appointment with Robert, because I feel that I now have the skills and the motivation and the confidence to go and do this myself. That's how powerful belief and expectancy was. And of course, this really fired me up, the fact that I was able to make some small changes with people over the phone. And so I got it into my head that I wanted to become a professional therapist, just like Robert. And so I said to him, basically I said that, Robert, I'd like to train to be a hypnotherapist. Now don't forget, this is someone who was still at the stage where they could not answer the phone in front of their employer. But I dreamed big anyway. He was great. And as a bonus, he sent me off to the United States in 1996 to the National Guild of Hypnotists, where I did my basic and my advanced training. And that's how I started my career as a hypnotherapist. Now, I'm sure you don't need me to explain this to you, but when I got off that plane and I got back to work and I had my fancy diplomas with me, what do you think happened next? Because for someone who had this much lack of confidence, the certificates, the diplomas were not going to give me the confidence I needed to walk into the room and hypnotize someone. So Susan Wallace had a long way to go before she could actually turn those skills into tools to help clients.